live. All right, I'm all live. Okay. Hey, Deanna on Instagram. If you are here and able to, I will be reposting this in case you can only say hi. But grab a spoon because we're going to be spooning ourselves. and it's amazing. I'm just going to let a few more people. Hi, Deanna. Basically, it's an amazing process to release tension, specifically in the neck and occiput area. That's where I always have energy, and we're going to talk through the physical reasons for that. Of course, our modern way of living, just stress, and then spiritual potential reasons if we're ready to explore that. I'm taking off my awesome necklace that my beloved friend Sharisa got for me, a shungite necklace. And so I'm going to take that off. If you have any necklaces, take that off. Grab a metal spoon. Awesome. Yes, Alexis. Hi, Alexis, by the way. She joined on Instagram. Yeah, go get a spoon. I'm going to let some people join as I kind of talk through the loving agenda. I don't like using that word. The loving timeline for today. So again, grab a metal spoon. If for some reason you don't have a metal spoon, a plastic one will actually probably work. But metal is better. So we're going to use both sides of it, mainly the curved side. And it is a technique I learned from YouTube University. I forgot the name of the doctor, but he was a physiologist, I think chiropractor too. And he taught this really cool technique that I have felt so much benefit from. Hi, Angeline. Grab a metal spoon if you have one. I'm gonna actually jump right in and showing this for the people who are already on. And I know sometimes people are just hopping on and off. So this is really the meat and potatoes of today, or I should say the veggies and the kale for today. Hello, Angeline. And if you're on other platforms, I have Instagram on my phone and YouTube, Facebook, personal, and 0 Point Leadership Academy Facebook on my laptop. If you're on any of those platforms, on Instagram, you can just comment and I'll see you and I'll know who's there. Otherwise, I don't know who's there. And the other platforms, depending on what platform you're on, if you comment, I should see it and be able to know you're on. Otherwise, I just know that I have 2 likes and a love on those other platforms, and on Instagram, 3 people watching. So grab a metal spoon and you're going to put your hair up if you have long hair. Hello, beautiful friend on Facebook. For some reason on StreamYard, I can't see who it is, so comment your name. It only says Facebook user. It might just be because of your permissions to allow StreamYard to show your name. I could tell you about that offline and how to fix that. Anyway, hello, beautiful friend. Oh, it's Katie. Hello, Katie. All right, so get that metal spoon. Not sure why I'm talking a British accent. I'm feeling the funny energies. That's why we're going to do laughter yoga later, because this whole Elon Musk thing has got me realize we need to laugh at ourselves, because I actually really respect the man. And I don't know if you're aware of it, but there's this like a whole silly drama thing and taking things personally and all this stuff. I don't even need to get into it. But basically, I was called to integrate that into some laughter yoga today. And all of a sudden, I'm talking in a British accent. All right, I'll talk normally now. But I am feeling silly, and I think that's going to be a huge part of today's practice. So if you're not feeling that way, that's okay. I'll lovingly ripple it to you. And Deanna says her phone has a bad connection. Try joining again, or maybe on Facebook. It might be better. Sometimes I've noticed it's better than Instagram. So yeah, grab that metal spoon. We're going to grab it and put our thumb like so. So grab the thumb and holding it like so. Awesome. Thanks, Deanna. Definitely watch later. Love you. So grabbing that. And first we're going to just feel into that hold as we just release the shoulders a little bit, rolling the shoulders forward, up, and back. And let's breathe in and out, knowing and intending that this is for self-love, for giving ourselves that self-love. We're going to spoon ourselves. I'm going to turn around so that way you can see it better. And I'll try to talk louder since I'll be turned away. I'll show you first and then explain. So we're going to take it from up here all the way down to this to the shoulder blade area. So we're finding that spot where the skull meets the neck, or the occiput area. I'm going to show you a few times first, and then I'll re-explain. You see if everyone can see. Okay, good. Breathing as you do so. So I'm going to turn around so that you can hear me better. But basically, we're taking that spoon. Again, we're holding the rounded side out and our thumb right here, kind of holding it near the top. And it's a middle spoon ideally. And starting at that spot right where the skull meets the base of the neck, there's two main spots where the skull attaches to the neck. So we're going to start there. And it just depends on your comfort level. Obviously, hey, Holly. Obviously, don't push so hard that you're going to be injuring yourself. You know your own body. Some people can't take hard pressure. Some people can. But you're going to take that spoon, holding like so, and just gently at first push from the base of the spine all the way down the side of the neck and out, almost like you're energetically sweeping it away. And then continue to do that and slowly move from either direction. So I move from that spot outward so that I'm like on the side of my neck, and then moving down. This is really great for lymphatic drainage too, and stimulating the vagus nerve, which I can tell you more about on the science of that. If you like, definitely comment if there's something I say that you're not sure of. And going ahead and just, I know it seems silly. I remember when I saw the video about the spoon, I was like, really, a spoon? But it's so easy. It's even better than my massage tools I have. So then switching hands, I like to do both sides evenly first, because I feel like that way you're less likely to get your spine off or anything. So then again, on the other side, we're starting at that spot where the neck meets the skull. Right at that spot, for me, I get really tense there. Usually tells me I need to go to the chiropractor. If you haven't been to a chiropractor, I highly recommend it. But if you don't or can't, then this is super helpful to release tension. Just breathing it down. And as you do so, really invite you to, and if you just join, grab a metal spoon if you're able to do it along with us, or watch for later. You're just really feeling into it and breathing in at the top, breathing out. Oof, yeah, for me, it's pretty intense right now because I'm releasing things in my neck. And so as I let you all do that, I will just speak to what I feel this all is spiritually. The neck, especially the back of the neck, the back of our body in general symbolizes our past. And also this whole area is like burdens. So of course, individually, we all have those things we're healing through, and collectively, we are releasing a lot of energies, releasing the past, forgiving ourselves as a collective for the way that we've done things, and also hopefully coming to the realization it was all part of the purpose, all part of a learning purpose. So knowing that as you massage that, if it resonates for you, really helps to release not only the physical tension, but another root of it, which is the spiritual tension. And I see Karina on Facebook. Hello. She says, yes, 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 with a strength emoji. And Alexis says, I love this spiritual discussion on Instagram. I'm loving that you're all here. This is the most people I've had on a live recently, and I'm really grateful. I did put in the description for YouTube and Facebook. If you feel called or get any benefit from this and you're able to, feel free to donate on my Linktree link in there. And then on Instagram, my Linktree is in my bio. And if that's not available to you, no worries. You can share this or just put loving intent. That's totally an energy exchange. And so let's go ahead and continue spooning ourselves. I'm in that silly mood today. I had a really cool release with the full moon eclipse and getting excited for the 11/11 portal this week, having a New Earth Learning Circle. Also, a good friend, Brenda Corona, is leading kids yoga earlier that day on 11/11. It's going to be a fun day. Message me if you want more info about that. But let's keep spooning ourselves. Okay, I'll stop with a laugh, but let's keep spooning ourselves. And what we're going to do now is actually only do the front of the neck. So here you want to be more gentle because you can kind of hurt yourself here. Be gentle with your trachea. So what we're going to do, if you had 2 spoons, which I could go get another one. Actually, I'm going to go get another one. It's right there. Here we go. Let's grab the spoon. Luckily, I'm right next to my kitchen. So if you can't get another spoon, that's fine. You can just do one side and then the other. So holding them like so, the rounded side out, and then putting the thumb right here. I love spoon because like my massage tools often get thrown around by my kids, so I like hid them away, and I only recently remembered where I even put them. So these are great because they're always available to me. So we're gonna do some gentle thyroid gland lymph node massage first with these spoons. So I'm gonna stop talking and just show you. So if you're able to do this with us, do it. If not, watch for later. We're breathing as we do so. And you're going to hear me do some vocalizations too, to really release this whole throat area. And notice how I'm doing some gentle circular motions. Lifting up the chin. And you can do static holds too, like so. Really release and feel like where you might feel tension. Sometimes I feel it like up here in the temple area or forehead, because those are related glands and nerves. And so if that happens for you, release, and also notice what memories or stressors come up in your thoughts or feelings or colors, or any kind of emotions, and just breathe and honor them. And you can even say the affirmation out loud or internally. I honor everything coming up for me now. I honor everything coming up for me now. You can unhinge the jaw. And then we're going to gently just kind of move the energy down. So starting there after we've massaged this in the lymph nodes, and gently bring it down. These SCM glands, I forgot what that stands for, but I used to have horrible tension there. It's improved a lot through massage, as well as just conscious intention. So they're the muscles that if you were laying down and you lifted up your head, that you could grab gently right here. Ooh, and that's actually something that you can do with the spoon, kind of grabbing with your index finger along with the thumb. You want to be a little gentle, especially if you've never done this, but once you can grab it, you can kind of like let your head come back a little bit to be able to grab it. You can also lay down, gently lift up your head. Let me actually show you because it's actually really amazing. I think both platforms can be okay. So if you're laying down and you gently lift up your head, then those muscles are going to pop out, and then you kind of grab them while they're popped out. And then relax. So you can do this without the spoons too, just with your pointer and thumb. So lifting the head, feel the muscles pop out, grab them, and then lay back down. And then you can kind of move your elbows and keep your fingers steady. Whew, I didn't even know I needed this, so I'm going to just show you by example. Totally vulnerable here. Let out any sighs or moans or groans as that releases frustration, burden energy. Oh yeah, burden energy is huge. Like that sound you make when your kid throws something in the toilet or something else similar. And then if it feels good for you, you can slowly release those fingers and visualize pulling out anything that needs to be pulled out. For me, I've just been finding random symbols of things. And if Reiki's new to you, I know this might sound crazy, but I'm like pulling out fishing line. For me, this symbolizes years of like feeling like I was being pulled by others' intentions. And now that I'm finally releasing that, I'm still releasing the remnants of all that. So there's just like energetic fishing line that is like had been clogging up my throat. So you'll notice you might feel really healed in one area of life, and then it'll like then you'll be like, wait, there's still more. Because like really in the end in this physical life, there's always more to play, always more work. And I see, Angeline on Instagram says, I've been incorporating facial gua sha to my evening routine, and it's the best way to unwind and release tension in my face and neck. I'm really interested in gua sha too. I just became aware of it. Actually, not just because my sister's super into it. And I've been watching her for a while doing it, but finally Spirit's like, okay, you need to start really having integrity with your face routine. So this is like my, I can do it anytime kind of thing. But with the face, like actually washing my face and then bringing that massage. And then she also said 10 out of 10 recommend. I love this new technique though. Thank you. And then Angela has to jump off, finish watching later for sure. Okay. So yeah, if you're interested in the facial massage and gua sha and using like jade rollers and stones, there's people out there with really great videos on it. I'm no expert on that, and I'm learning it myself. This I'm no expert on either, but just using it over the last few days, I wanted to share it just because of how much relief I got right away, and combining it with self-love Reiki. So now we're going to use the spoons one more time. This actually wasn't in the video, but I just discovered it because I'm like, ooh, what else could I do with a spoon? So if you have 2 spoons, great. If you only have 1, you can just do it like this. It's going to make us look kind of like we're in the Signs, that movie, Signs, where they have the aluminum hats maybe. And yeah, Karina says practice makes perfect. Yes, self-love is a practice. Thank you for saying that, Karina, because when I started doing self-love hugs, which we're going to do here in a minute after this last spooning ourselves thing, I felt kind of weird about it. And then I started to feel into it. And then I started teaching people about it, even though I still felt weird about it. And now, like, I love falling asleep like this all the time, or doing self-love hugs at any time in the day. And now it doesn't feel funny. And Karina says it's a journey. Absolutely. And so we're going to take the spoons. 1 is fine too. And we're going to gently at first massage. I like to do forward circles, and you can do this just with your fingers too. You don't need to have the spoons, but I like the spoons because it helps put the pressure in one spot, and then you can gently massage all around. And like Angelina was saying on Instagram, obviously you want to clean the spoons really well first. Make sure like if you're using other parts of your body or they're on the floor or something, but you could do this on your face too. Granted, it is better to use other materials on your face, like certain stones and crystals, but if it's what you have, it's what you have. Just clean them and look up facial massage techniques. I'm not going to do that today with the spoons because I feel like there's more to learn, and also you want to be gentle with your face. But with your head and scalp, you can kind of be a little bit more rough. Also, loving note, if you notice there's redness that happens on your neck especially, that's not bad. It's good. It's actually fresh blood coming to those areas. So that's actually good. It's going to help incorporate more healing and bringing more loving energy spiritually and physically, a lot of different things going on physically. So obviously don't do it so hard you're cutting yourself, but if you find that it starts to become red anywhere you're doing this, that's fine. That's just bringing blood flow. So we're going to go ahead. We started here, and we're going to, you can take out the hair tie if you put one in, because it kind of helps to take it out. I like to start at the temples and then just pretend like you're kind of putting on goggles. Ooh, yeah. And then find any sticky spots, like me, right back here. And just feel into it. Again, if you only have 1 spoon, you can just switch hands and do one and then the other. Oh. And let's see. Yeah. Brooke says, my neck is going to look like it got a bunch of love kisses on it. Just tell your husband, I was doing this spooning with Maral. Wait, not that kind of spooning. This kind of spooning. That's funny. And so we're going to go ahead and just do like lines all the way up. So if you were to see a visualization, it'd be coming from the temple all the way up to the back. And then you can change the angle until you've kind of got all the bands going down above the ears too. And you can even come back down around the neck. So we're only going to do that much today, but go buck wild with this. Also, I didn't use moisturizer or lubricant or anything today, but that's something that you can also do to make it easier on the neck and stuff. The doctor I had the video from that inspired me said that you could do that, although you don't need it either. So I didn't use that today for simplicity, but again, And thanks, Brooke. She says she loves this. So you can do it if you have 2 spoons at different speeds, but it does feel really good to do it like at the same speed with the same pressure. I know that there's some science behind that with craniosacral release. You don't want to be too flippant with what you do on your head because you can kind of get your nerves confused. So just be really conscious and intentional. And again, while you're doing it, setting the intention of, if this resonates for you, you can say it out loud because affirmations are so magical. I am honoring my sacred vessel. I am untying the knots with love. I honor my sacred skull, my sacred scalp. I honor my sacred brain. And again, you can come all the way down like this. So I'm going to stop there for sake of time. And thanks, Brooke. I love you, and I'm glad you're here. We're going to move into some other self-love massage and self-love hug, and then do some meditation, collective love work, because that's what I'm really called to now. And this new phrase that came through of like the rippling out of self-love being collective love. And then doing some laughter yoga, because I'm in that silly mood and I'm wanting to ripple that out. Maybe others are feeling that as well. Of course, that doesn't mean just like overlooking serious issues right now, because those do need to be tended to. However, there is power in having unconditional laughter and joy, meaning not even for any reason, even if you just do it for the pure exercise of your heart and belly, bringing that, oh wow, it's just this human drama that we're all experiencing. So that's just a little precursor of what we're going to do. And so moving into we just kind of released here, this whole area, which would be our crown and third eye and throat area, burden energy, the past. Ooh, that's a lot. And so, the ears, that's what we were missing. This is huge for me as I am increasing my capacity to listen. And speaking of which, I'm going to be doing live streams again where I send the link for you to join, at least on Facebook, Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube, where you can join the link on StreamYard so I can hear you as well via voice or video. And you can actually join on screen if you called. I was doing those monthly. And so I'm going to get back into those. And you can also always comment, and I'll always put your comments on the screen, or on Instagram. I'll always read your comment out loud because I want this to be a collaborative process. I don't always want to be the only one speaking at you. And I also honor that I have a message to share and that it's important. So taking your little crab pinchers like this, you can tell I'm a teacher with young people, right? Crab pinchers, pointer finger and thumb, starting at the lobe. If you have earrings on, just go around them, but feels really, really good to squeeze. You can squeeze pretty hard here because these lobes right here can take a lot of pressure. They don't have any nerves. So just squeezing pretty hard and breathing. And if it feels good, also gently pulling these ears down. And this is you're gonna feel like your ear portals or chakras opening. Because we have more than just the chakras along the center of our body. We have hand chakras, feet chakras, ear chakras, eye chakras, everything. And so there's a lot of different portals in our body. And so gently, slowly inching our way up the ear like so. And you can be more gentle as you go up, but again, this cartilage is pretty strong. So just going up the ear. Oh, yeah, right here at the base. Hello, Christy. Bubble of sunshine. Going ahead and oh, she's a new mama. I know she needs a self-love massage. So going ahead and right here where the ear meets the head, the top of the ear right here. This is amazing. Again, I'm not an expert in acupressure or anything. I just do a lot of intuitive self-massage, but I always end up looking it up later and realizing I was squeezing the exact right point I needed to. So just squeezing along that ear and maybe kind of getting into the folds here. This part, be more gentle here for sure. You can put your pointer finger in there and then gently come around that inner arc. And again, I wouldn't say like go too far into your actual eardrum area, but you can gently push. And then just without pushing inward, just set the attention of opening up those ear portals and chakras. And if it resonates with you, you can say the affirmation out loud or internally. I open myself to unconditional listening. I open my ears to hear. I have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. So I would normally do a lot more with that myself. This is a short version on your own in the bath, or the shower, or laying down before bed, or any time throughout the day. I invite you to do longer versions of this, and you can also use lotion or anything else. And so now let's go ahead and stretch our arms out wide into that power pose, which is proven by science to help shift our energy anytime. Let the head fall back gently if that feels good. And then slowly come in. You can even let your back kind of cave forward. Try to put the hands as far back along the back as possible. And let's go ahead and take 5 deep breaths with sighs, like, I'm here, I've come back to myself. And again, if this feels weird at all, know that as you keep practicing self-love hugs, they'll feel less and less weird to where they just feel normal and you love them and crave them from yourself first. So just know that, because they're weird for me at first. So, and it's a great shoulder stretch and arm stretch. So breathing in and a happy sigh. You can even actually smile, even if you don't feel like smiling, which I honor. Still a muscle that you can work. So going ahead and doing that anyway. And yes, Karina says on Facebook, feels so good. So let's take 4 more deep breaths with this arm on top. Smile size. 2, 3 more. Go ahead and come into a power pose, but a cactus arm, like the saguaro cactus or goalpost arms. And then before we go into other self-love hug, I invite you to just give your hands a little loving opening in those hand chakras. Iron Man, Iron Woman hands. We're going to bring pointer finger to thumb, middle finger to thumb, ring finger to thumb, pinky. And we're just going to take a few breaths here as we just pulse through that, breathing in and out. This is almost kind of like clicking all the buttons you need to open the doors. I always think of the Harry Potter gates at Gringotts where they're going to open up to get the Sorcerer's Stone. They have to go in the right sequence of movements with their fingertips. So this is kind of like that. A couple more. Your arms are getting tired. That's okay. Breathe in and out. And now put your other arm on top. So if you can remember which one was on top, go ahead and switch that. If you can't remember, just do what feels right, and then make sure you do the other side as well. And then going ahead and just moving the head side to side. And now we're going to let out maybe annoyed sighs that are in there somewhere. I know for me, just as an example, I am feeling annoyed at seeing people just always trying to be like hall monitors for each other on Facebook and Instagram. More so like towards big players, like I mentioned Elon Musk earlier and that whole thing. I personally heavily respect him as a person and also understand the reasons why people are upset with him. And I feel very divinely neutral about it, honestly. I don't take any sides. And it is frustrating to me to witness that. And like I put in the post I've made before this, that we are all one beautiful, slightly dysfunctional humanity and cosmic family. So this self-love can ripple out to collective love as I let out sighs of frustration that my brothers and sisters are fighting, our cosmic and humanity family. And I just love our little dysfunctional family. And I'm choosing that. So let's breathe in and let out some sighs of frustration so we can create self-love rippling out to collective love. And hello, Andrea or Andrea. I'm not sure how to say that. Andrea Cherie 2014. We're in a self-love hug. If it feels good to you, go ahead and come into that self-love hug, into a squishy hug, as my son calls it. And we're going to we let out smiling sighs a moment ago, and now we're going to let out frustrated sighs. So like this. You can even release the jaw, release the tongue. And if you don't feel frustrated sighs coming out for you, you could just do neutral or smiling sighs. Why can't we all just get along? That's what's present for me. Whatever's present for you in your personal or community or collective feelings, just let it out. You can even say it out loud like I just did, like so. Oh, can people just stop trying to control each other? That would be great. And I didn't even think of it till now. Of course, today in the US is election day. Bringing your hands out. Let's just twinkle the fingers as I talk about this to bring in love and protection around all of what I'm about to discuss. So it's an election day, and also today at 4 a.m. was the peak of the lunar eclipse and full moon, and then Friday is 11/11, so we're already in the portal energies. I'm just releasing my fingers like so, like spirit hands, spirit fingers. Holly, I see your hands clapping. And so just bringing love and light and protection to all of us and choosing safe conflict, safe peace. So I've been talking about this in all my lives. And while I'm talking, if you would like to, I invite you to bring in some shoulder massage. So you just reach back, bring your fingers, and then pull your elbows as forward possible as you can. Ooh, it feels so good. So I'm going to be doing that as I talk a little bit, and feel free to do any other self-love massage we've done or any of your own practice of self-love massage or breathing or stretching on your own. So we're in this power energy right now. So if you're feeling like you're going through the eye of the needle, I understand. We are all there with you. And the best way to go through the eye of the needle is consciously, rather than being shoved through it against your own will, doing it on your own, through your own conscious intention. So some really powerful affirmations, especially on this day of election day in the US, and again, all those other energies of eclipse and lunar eclipse and 11/11. An affirmation I offer, and that is coming through right now, is I choose safe conversations that are courageous and honest. I choose to speak without censoring myself, yet I also choose to speak with love and forethought. It doesn't have to be that we have to censor ourselves in order to protect others. And it also doesn't have to mean that we just say anything without forethought of how that energy will land. So it'd just be like if I was running around like this, trying to talk to someone, but I was doing this with my hands because I'm like, well, I'm being self-expressed. Well, that's great. However, that's not really having much conscious intention to the words or the movements that you're putting out there, or the energies. So it's much more powerful if I am conscious with my energy, yet also find a way to channel my true full expression without censoring. So it doesn't have to be either or. It can be yes and. And that's what my frustration I just let go of just now is all about, where we can create safe conflict, nonviolent conflict within a peaceful planet. So that means that peace is already here. Obviously not everywhere on the earth in every moment, but peace on earth is here. We're just rippling it out to all places and spaces. And so what I say with my students, and what we'll really talk about today, on Friday on 11/11 at the next New Earth Learning Circle at Element Alignments. It's an in-person gathering. You can find out more on my pages. And what we're going to talk about is wow, peace doesn't have to be this hard to attain, far out there thing, or something that people think, oh, that's not possible. It's a pipe dream. We can realize it's already here. We already have all the solutions. And as we become more authentic, we might have more conflict. We might have more discomfort. And hopefully that conflict can be safe conflict, not destructive or physically violent or verbally or emotionally abusive. We can, especially starting with our young leaders, co-learn and relearn with them how to create safe conflict or safe discomfort, safe uncomfortable conversations. I had one with my sister last night, and she was at the end saying I'm sorry if I got heated. And I'm like, I don't feel like you got heated. You're just expressing your true self. Thank you. I appreciate you for expressing your true self. I don't see it the exact same way you do, and here's how I see it, but I actually see how you see that. And it felt really good for me to say that to her. And then at the end say, and I really value these deep discussions with you, and I value you. Because her and I have been really deepening our relationship, especially since our grandmother died. And also since we've actually seen friends of ours lose their siblings, and some of those people were our friends too. We're like, wow, we really need to appreciate each other. Yet also not censor ourselves at the same time. So this is part of what I'm rippling out in this now. So let's go ahead and end with some more postures and laughter yoga, as we are technically at the end of the time I set aside, but that's okay. My daughter Zelda's asleep, which is why I always do it at this time. And so we'll go ahead and sit like this if that feels good, or sit any other way that feels good for you, or in a chair. I like this because I kind of massage my ankles a little bit as I do so, but you don't also want to sit in this too long. And then we'll also do toes pose if that feels good for you, to open up our feet chakras. So we'll do this for a few breaths. Let me move my laptop so that people on Facebook can see. There we go. Move that back. Cool. So we're sitting on our feet if that feels good for you. And we're going to go ahead and open up the chest and then cave. Oh, yeah, stretches right back here. Again, the back symbolizes the past. I had a beautiful journey last night where I did a lot of cool spiritual work and releasing trapped souls and letting go of my past. So I'm personally loving this. So let's go ahead and come forward if that's available to you, or you can come on your elbows. You can grab a blanket or a pillow. In fact, I'm going to do that because I don't want to push myself too hard. Been really exploring, not always pushing to 100 or 111% with postures. 70 to 80% pushing feels really good. So putting a pillow or blanket here, or using your elbows also works. So letting your chin come to your chest for a moment, symbolizing like that inner child, honoring those moments where we feel like we want to cave in. Back into power pose, and then back down into here. So let's do this in a pulsing motion while we breathe in and out. So I'm going to go ahead and breathe in as we do power pose, and out as we come down. So breathing in and out. And those of you with kids, these are things you can do with your kids either now or in the future. So simple. Breathing in and out. You can say be a phoenix or a bird or an eagle, and breathe out, come into turtle or rabbit. Breathe in, phoenix rising. Breathe out, or a seed planted in the ground, or a seed growing. In and out. So you can do that as much as you would like on your own. We're going to come into toes pose to open up our feet chakras. So we kind of did all of our lesser known chakras today. Didn't do our nose chakras, which are smaller, but or our eyes. That's a whole nother thing we can do another day, is nostril breathing and eye exercises, especially because we're always looking forward with our eyes with our devices. We did our ears, we did our hands, and we're releasing our feet now. So if this feels good to you, trying to get your pinky toes in there as well. Take off your socks if that feels good, or you can leave them on too. Try to put your pinky toes in there as well. If you can't sit all the way on your heels, if this is new for you, it might be intense. You can take that same pillow or blanket and just kind of gently lean into it. So the sun is kind of shining on me a bit. So in fact, I'm going to close it a little bit so you can see better. Let's see if that's better. There we go. That is better. Okay, so going ahead and sitting, tucking those baby toes. And I see my name is Bet. Join on Instagram. Hello. So go ahead and, if this feels intense, as long as there's not sharp stabbing pain, just breathe through it, releasing a lot of maybe enslavement or more burden energy in the feet, as well as opening the feet chakras by taking just your fingertips and gently tapping with your entire all of your fingertips. And then you can also do one finger at a time, or like so. Just intuitively, don't worry about it being right. Going on your heels, all down your feet. Releasing, right there in the center towards the heel of my foot, I'm releasing energy. So let's go ahead now and release the toes pose. You can go longer if you're able to, that's great. We're gonna come into butterfly pose and gently massage our feet and open them like a book. That's not available to on either side. In fact, I'm gonna do that again in honor of my 70 to 80% rule, not pushing myself too hard. I'm gonna go ahead and massage the feet like so, taking the thumbs with the pointer fingers mostly, opening the feet like a book, and I like to massage each toe, like squeezing each toe. Then the patting of the feet. I'm kind of doing a fast version, and normally you want to kind of go slower, but I'm over my time and everything, so I just wanted to get through everything today so we can end with that laughter yoga. Massaging and squeezing the heel, the Achilles tendon, putting the pointer finger between each toe and pushing down. You can use some lotion and do this a lot slower. So I'm actually going to do it a lot slower after this and maybe take a nap. So let's go ahead and now, if this feels good to stay in butterfly, go ahead and do that. It's also helping release our root chakra. Lots of collective trauma is being transmuted right now. Let's go ahead and bring our hands to heart center. And I see that someone on Martin Zamak. Hello, Martin on Facebook. Aloha. All right. So let's go ahead and bring our hands to heart center like so, or hands one on top of the other. Either way, I'm actually going to do it this way, but whatever feels good, bringing some kind of energy to the center of the heart, like so. Let's go ahead and breathe in. Let's do a smiling sigh, like so. If it feels good, you can say the affirmation. Even if it doesn't feel true for you, I invite you to still bring it on. All is well, all is well, all is well. I'm going to say it a few more times. I've been loving repetition. All is well, all is well, all is well. Let's go ahead and just tap the heart a little bit with fingertips or palms. I wonder if that is Tagalog that you're speaking, Martin. I don't speak Tagalog. I think that might be what that is, and I wish I did. My mom knows a little bit, but I don't. I'm going to learn it. I have someone commenting, I think, in Tagalog on Facebook. So let's go ahead and bring our hands, and this is going to seem really silly, but that's how we're ending. Again, bringing humor and levity to this beautiful creation of the Earth School and drama of life. And obviously not, laughing at any horrible issues that you might be experiencing or others are experiencing or things going on in the world. We're not really laughing at them, but we're laughing because we can, because we unconditionally can have that joy. And it is the biggest act of courage to have joy, just because, not for any reason, even if there's circumstances in our life or our collective lives that would tell us otherwise. We're laughing, one, for health, because it's really great for our belly, our diaphragm, our heart, our circulation. And then spiritually, oh my gosh, it helps us raise our vibration on that map of consciousness I talked about in yesterday's live stream. So let's go ahead and breathe in, and we're going to start laughing. And so if you're watching and you're new to this, it seems weird, but again, think of it as an exercise and just do it, and it'll start to become easier as you go, like so. Just take 30 more seconds to laugh. Oh, 10 more seconds. Try to make some big laughs till your face is hurting. Oh, go ahead and come into a normal lotus pose or however you'd like to sit. Martin on Facebook, I would love to translate what you're saying. I don't know what it is. Maybe some people know what these words are, but just in honor of doing what I said and putting everyone's comments up, I'm going to put his many comments up that I think is Tagalog. My mom can maybe tell me, or I can look it up. All right, so we're going to end now, just visualizing and rippling out everything we did. And I'm just going to guide us through some affirmations / improvisational poetry and declarations. So feel free to do whatever you like. Just sit and breathe and listen, or do whatever movements as I invoke this to close our practice. We now ripple out this energy of self-love into collective love for all beings, anyone in this now moment or past or future that needs this exact energy. And as I say this now, I have just gotten source ripples or chills all along my arms and now along my back. I'm feeling my angel wings growing and regrowing as yours too. And if you're listening in this now, just know that some way, somehow we are creating peace on earth in this now moment, because we see that peace is a place to be from, not a place to get to. Thus, peace on earth is here now, and we're just rippling it out to all spaces and places on earth. And we can and we will, along with our young leaders, remember, relearn the truth of unconditional love, choosing that we are love. We are love, and all of it is love, even the darkness and those dark realms that I traveled to last night and helped unearth souls that wanted to be freed from those places. I too saw that that was all love. The hellscapes, the wastelands, that is all love. It is all love, and we can lovingly burn away any energies or realms we no longer need, that no longer serve us, and we ripple it out now in this now moment to all beings, whether aware of their great self or spiritual self or whatever they want to call that self, the inner self, the true self, the higher self, the God self, the creator self, the Christ self, all those selves. We send the intention now that all beings start to become aware of that self, whether it is just a YouTube video that finds them magically, or someone saying something to them that lifts up their soul, helps them remember their true purpose. And now we invoke some affirmations simply for ourselves, our physical body selves and higher selves in our current bodies, as we ripple out to self-love into community and collective cosmic love. It is all one. It is all the same. So we end this beautiful practice of healing Reiki yoga with laughter yoga, self-massage, spooning in ourselves, laughing with, I am whole, perfect, and complete. I am perfect the way I am, and I'm perfect the way I am not. Thank you all. Brooke just said, we are love, and that is a perfect way to end. Yes, I like that as an affirmation. Thank you for calling that in. The we affirmations, I am affirmations are so powerful too, especially when you're focusing only on you. We are love. We are love. We are peace. We are peace on earth unfolding. I appreciate you all. At this point, I don't have like a set schedule for when I come on at 10 a.m. I'll just try my best to make posts when I'm going to. And then soon I may put out like a schedule that will go for a few weeks or months. I am thinking I will be going live tomorrow morning. A beautiful friend here on Instagram, Thriving Creator, or Kelsey, was saying early mornings might work for her, early rising. So I'm looking at 6:06 a.m. to about 7:07 a.m. for a more asana, heating up the body kind of practice as we call in these powerful energies, and also practice recalling our dreams. Because today in this practice, we have in other ones, we didn't really call in our personal dreams or goals or intentions, but that's something I invite you to do, especially in these powerful energies. Write it down, say it out loud to someone, draw some pictures, make a vision board, just let yourself think about it, even if that's all it is. What kind of dreams you want to create? what books do you want to publish, what songs you want to create, what music videos you want to make, what people do you want to meet, what places do you want to travel, who do you want to be, how do you want to feel. Let yourself be courageous enough to feel those things and then think those things, because when you think them, you have actually created them. These spoons we use to spoon ourselves today, those were started off as a thought. This water bottle right here, this was a thought. And thanks, Becky, my mother-in-law, who left this one time when she visited, and now I get to enjoy it. It started off as a thought when it was created. It started off as a thought when she chose to bring it from Oklahoma. And then, very luckily for me, left it here one time and then let me keep it. She got a new one. So just an example of those thoughts are creating. And also don't be fearful, though, if you have thoughts that are like, oh, why am I having that thought? Oh, why am I having that scary thought or that self-defeating thought? Just know that if you're noticing if it's negative, then that's just your contrast saying that's not what you want. So then you can just repeat something else that you want to help counteract that negative thought. Now, if you're finding yourself believing those things, or maybe you don't even know that you're believing some negative things about yourself and someone else hopefully can tell you that, then know that that person telling you, hey, no, you're amazing. You are love. If it's hard for you to believe that, but then know that that person reaching out to you is yourself, because we're all one, telling you that you are love. I have a Radical Quantum Self-Love course that is on our Thinkific website. You can get there through our website first, through zeropointleadershipacademy.com. I'll actually put it in the chat, and then you can access that Radical Quantum Self-Love course, self-paced. And then also there's a Singularity Movement course on there as well. I am working on getting a book out called 111 Days to Authorship. It's only 33 pages, 55-minute audiobook to start. Also will be an ebook as well. It'll be on Audible, like I said. Finally got the cover art going, working on finalizing editing it as well. So if you want to learn how I published a book in 111 days, then do that. If you felt any benefit from today, whether you listened live or in the future, I put my link tree in all the, actually, I don't think I put it in the description for this post, but it is in a previous post, and I'll go back and add it to these posts on Facebook and YouTube. And on Instagram, my link tree is in my bio. $1 or $11 or more, I so appreciate. And if that's not available to you, then any other energy exchange that we can communicate about in direct message or through sharing it is so appreciated. Regardless, your presence here today is magic. And so definitely go to zeropointleadershipacademy.com. Sign up for our new Earth Learning Circle if you're close enough to the Pueblo area. If you want to travel here for 11/11, it's going to be magical, open to all ages, all teacher learners, parents, non-parents, students, and people who go to typical traditional schools or homeschools. Everyone's welcome. And this week we're going to be talking about manifesting, creating vision boards, actually polishing rocks with some amazing rock polishers and tumblers I got donated to me from Grace to organize, and just so much more. So, and lastly, I will also be releasing soon my Cosmic Catalyst cards, which are cards that go along with my novel Cosmic. And they are cards that actually, in fact, I could quickly show you here on StreamYard. On Instagram, I won't be able to show you. I'm glad I stopped to do this because I tend to go live and then I forget to lovingly call in all of my creations. And so I'm grateful that I'm being courageous to actually share this stuff, because that's the only way it works, is if I actually share what I'm up to. So yeah, here it is. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen on StreamYard. Those of you on Instagram, you can actually see it within my story highlights or on different posts I've made. They are cards that I made from digital art based on stories from the book Cosmic, as well as a sequel coming up. And so here we go. Yeah. And so here's one based on beautiful art from my friend Alex. This one's called Leap of Faith, and it's card number 9. And as you can see, it's got the infinity symbol, the Jaguar energy. There's going to be just like oracle cards and messages along with these. And at first I'm releasing it all digitally with a simple donation request that's not required to spin a wheel and be able to get your message from spirit. So I'm really excited to release these Cosmic Catalyst cards. And so you can see here as well, this one on my page. This isn't the full image, but it's actually an image of me coming down from my cosmic self into Earth. And so I'm really, really excited to show these to you. There's probably some more creations and community creations I'm up to I didn't mention. There's some really cool things developing along with some collaborators I'm working with to open up a community center through something we call peace, partnerships. I need to get better at saying it. Partnerships for ecology, abundance, and circular economy. Partnerships for ecology, abundance, and circular economy, or peace. And so I'm really excited that so many community partners and fellow conscious businesses are coming together because we realize the time is now. We have the solutions, and why wait? Why wait? We don't need to wait for anyone to save us. We don't need to wait for anyone to give us the solutions. The solutions, despite it sounds cheesy, are within. And then as we create that self-love, we naturally see the solutions. So I'm excited to hear what you're all creating as well. So if you're listening to this in the future, please comment below and I'll try to keep up with that. And also direct message me. I truly am genuinely interested in what you're creating so that I can also hold space for your dreams because they are our dreams, our collective dreams. Love you all. And I'll see you again soon. I'll make a post if I'm going to be doing that yoga early in the rising at 6:06 a.m. And then again when I'll be coming on again at 10:10 a.m. So generally my best time is at this time at 10:10 a.m. Mountain Time, usually Monday through Friday, and you'll see me live. Appreciate you all. Have a wonderful day.